U.S. visa stamping India updates February 2023. F1 interviews for summer to start in April. Some of you would have scheduled U.S. visa interview appointments scheduled in India. Due to the unprecedented COVID-19 situation in India and across the globe, U.S. State Department continues to give news alerts on their website, Twitter, emails, etc. on how to handle U.S. visa appointments and the current operation status of their services. Summary of all updates from U.S. consulates in India as of February 13, 2023. Below is a short summary of all updates from the U.S. consulates and embassy in India from February 2022 until February 13, 2023. Overall current status summary: U.S. consulates in India continue to be closed for regular operations as of February 13, 2023. They announced multiple measures on January 22 to address the wait times. U.S. consulates in India processed over 1,100,000 visa applications in January 2023. Read below. The U.S. Department of State announced that they are extending the interview waiver option until December 31, 2023. They said that during the first week of January 2023, they released over 250,000 B1/B2 appointments. All the slots in 2023 and beyond are not placeholder slots. Read below and the timeline for weekly updates. Saturday interview days, extended hours. On January 22, 2023, U.S. Embassy announced the below for reducing the appointment wait times in India. They will do visa interviews on Saturdays across all consulates and embassy. Extended hours on weekdays in Mumbai. Remote processing of Dropbox cases. Temporary staff from Washington, D.C. from Jan to March 2023 to clear the backlogs. Permanent increase in the number of consular officers assigned to India. They updated that over 1,100,000 visa applicants were processed in January 2023. Extremely limited visa appointments, no change. U.S. consulates are operating in a limited capacity as of February 13, 2023 in India. U.S. consulates say they are about 70% capacity now and will resume regular operations before September 2023. The lifting of the travel ban to the U.S. does not mean that you can get an appointment to get visa stamping. There is no change in the situation in terms of how consulates operate. They are still operating in a limited fashion with limited appointments. Dropbox stamping processing time. U.S. Embassy updated on June 9, 2022 that the processing time for Dropbox stamping can take anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks. They cannot really expedite the case and you cannot get your passport during this time. So, be prepared to keep it with U.S. Embassy, consulate for 3 to 4 weeks, before you send the passport. First-timer B1/B2 appointment slots. U.S. consulates have started interviewing first-time B1/B2 applicants starting in September and also opened slots for the same applicants. Most recently, in January 2023, they released 250,000 appointments. F1 visa appointments for summer 2023. The slots for F1 visa applicants applying for summer 2023 are planned to be opened for applicants in upcoming weeks. The first appointments will be given in April 2023. If you need a visa before April, they suggest to work with school and postpone the admission. U.S. visa Dropbox criteria 48 months from expiry status extended. They changed the Dropbox eligibility criteria to 48 months from expiry, instead of 12 months. On December 23, 2021, they extended this indefinitely. Again, in December 2022, they confirmed the availability of the 48-month Dropbox rule for 2023 and beyond as well. There is no deadline on when the 48 months rule for an interview waiver will end. U.S. travel ban lifted for vaccinated. U.S. government lifted the travel ban for fully vaccinated individuals starting from November 8, 2021. Below is a summary of the same. How will it work? You need to be fully vaccinated with an approved list of vaccines by WHO or FDA. Starting from June 12, 2022, there is no requirement to show negative COVID test to travel to the U.S. Read U.S. travel ban to be lifted from November 8, 2021 for vaccinated. Vaccines list for travel. U.S. Department of State announced that they will follow CDC guidance for vaccines. They will accept FDA-approved or WHO-approved vaccines only. Agents fraud booking slots. In the past, in response to some users' concern that some agents are charging 6K to 8K INR for visa slots, U.S. Consulate Mumbai is asking to report fraud to MUMBF at state.gov with all relevant details. They say that information will be kept confidential. So, if you see someone doing fraud, report it. Also, recently in October 2022, they clarified telling that using agents is not illegal as it is used for convenience, but they said user would not need one for booking slots. They will release more slots in bulk to make it level playing field. Dropbox stamping slots, H1B, H4, L1, B1/B2. Others, U.S. consulates all across the India are giving interview waiver or Dropbox slots for H4, H1B and other visa renewals. They are opening Dropbox slots even for 2023. All of these slots are not placeholder slots. MRV fee payment validity status, the U.S. visa appointment application fee, also called MRV fee, for payments that will be made from October 1, 2022 will be valid for 365 days. All the applicants must schedule an appointment using that fee receipt within 365 days from the date they actually made the payment. Emergency appointment CA status, guidance. If you cannot find a visa slot, you can apply for a U.S. visa emergency appointment as needed. You need to meet the criteria if you want to request one. There is an option also now in the online system that allows Dropbox applicants to choose for an in-person appointment if there is an emergency. They updated their system in October 2022. Due to the extreme amount of demand, they have slowed down the approvals of EA requests. Update for 2022 and 2023 from head of U.S. consulates in India. There was a Facebook on September 29, 2022, where Mr. Don Heflin outlined plans for 2022 and 2023 across India consulates for various visa types. U.S. consulates to release 100K appointments for HL visa Dropbox applicants for 2023. 82K F1 visas were issued in India this summer and highest ever from India. F1 slots for spring 2023 to open in mid-October and mid to late November. No more placeholder slots, all are going to be real slots. In-person interview waiver for certain visa holders. In December 2022, U.S. Department of State announced that they would give interview waiver for certain work visa holders and others as in below. H1B, H4, L, O, P and Q visa holders who meet certain criteria will get in-person interview waiver until end of 2023, December 31, 2023. Also, F1, M, J visa holders who meet certain criteria would get in-person interview waiver until end of 2023, December 31, 2023. On Jan 1, 2022, CGI Federal/US Travel Docs website got updated with new questions that implements the new interview waiver rule. NIE requirement. As the travel ban was lifted from November 8, 2021, there is no need for national interest exception NIE requirement anymore. You can go for stamping like before, no need to carry any special letter with NIE details in it. 221 grams, administrative processing status. U.S. consulates continue to process pending 221 grams applications. They will reach out to you soon. If you do not hear back, you can reach out to consulate for more updates. Immigrant visa stamping. U.S. Embassy in India have resumed processing of immigrant visas and there are no restrictions in place. U.S. Consulate in Mumbai is reaching out to the previous pending cases and they will be processed in chronological order. Due to backlogs, they say they cannot predict when someone would get their interview slot. Check timeline for the update from the U.S. Embassy website. U.S. Embassy in India had Visa Fridays question and answer last Friday on February 9, 2023. Below is summary of the key answers from them. F1 visa appointment slots, summer 2023. They said that they are preparing for a small student season in April, who are planning for summer intake. They said the slots would open up in batches in weeks leading to each student season. They suggest checking the website for the availability of the slots. No mention of any date when they will open slots. There will not be any slots open for March 2023. If your program starts in March or April, they suggest talking to the school and deferring the admission. Regarding slots for first-time refused F1 applicants, they said it will vary by availability and have not confirmed and suggested checking the website. B1/B2 appointment slots. They say that they continue to open B1/B2 slots periodically as availability permits on their end and suggest checking the website continuously. H1B slots for December 2023, they did not mention any specifics other than saying, it depends on many factors. They suggest booking an appointment before leaving the US for stamping as it is unsure.